and greatest movie reviews and interviews. This is your entertainment ticket. YEticket.com. Yeah. This is your entertainment ticket. Latest and greatest movie reviews and interviews. This is your entertainment ticket. YEticket.com. Yeah.
Hey, this is Al McGee with your entertainment ticket at www.yeticket.com. And you see me with this lovely lady, Allison Rose. She's with Flick Direct. Hello.
Hello.
Well, you know, we're going to talk about the Academy Awards, and I'm going to call this, I bet you $100 I know who's going to win. Ha ha, you want to bet me?
Ooh, I don't know about that, but we'll see. We'll see. I'll think about it.
All right. Well, first, let's start with the first category, animated features. The ones that got nominated, here they go. One is Incredibles 2, Isle of Dogs, Mirai, Ralph Breaks the Internet, and Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. Who you think gonna win this one? And also, who you want to win?
All right. Well, I think and I'm hoping that Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse is going to win this one.
Oh, I agree with you.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, far beyond anything else we saw this year, as far as I'm concerned. I mean, Mirai, maybe. Isle of Dogs, not quite on the same level as Mirai, but Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse to me was just, I mean, it melded so many different genres of animation.
Yep.
So it was just phenomenal. And I think it'll win. I'm hoping.
Well, I agree with you. I wanted to win also, but actually I was an Isle of Dogs fan at first because it was different. I liked the stop action. I also enjoyed the story. Mirai is very good too. But Incredibles 2, I really didn't enjoy it like I did 1. Took them, 14, 15 years to finally make 2. And Ralph Breaks the Internet. It was interesting. It was a good animated cartoon, but it wasn't as special as Spider-Man.
Yeah, Ralph Breaks the Internet for me was a mixed bag. There were some really great things about it. I liked the way they represented the internet and the World Wide Web. And then there were just some other things like the third act of Ralph just lost it for me, to be honest. Yeah. And again, Spider-Man just held it all the way through. I did like Isle of Dogs. I do agree with you on that. Incredibles 2, again, we waited so long for it, and for me it was disappointing.
Yeah. Disappointing to me too. Yeah. Now, our next category is Best Director. I mean, I'm really surprised at what they chose and what, the people got nominated. There was 1 or 2 that I felt was left out, but let's just deal with what they already nominated. So here they go. First of all, we got Spike Lee, finally, for BlacKkKlansman. And we got Alfonso Cuarón for Roma, Netflix film. And we also got Pavel Pavlidovich for Cold War. Did I say that one right?
Pelikowski, I think.
Okay, something like that. And then we got Yorgos Lanthimos for The Favorite. Many people enjoyed that film. And Vice, the director was Adam McKay. Well, what do you think about that category?
I gotta say, I was a little upset about the snub against Bradley Cooper.
I wasn't. It was his first time directing. And also, it was a film that the story has been done many times. It wasn't original and things like that. And I felt it was a film that you can easily direct. That's why I felt that he didn't get it.
You felt like the concert scenes were really easy to direct?
Okay. Yes.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm going to disagree with you on that one. I felt like he was snubbed. I see him more being in the director category than the best actor category, which he was nominated for. Like, he's a great actor. Love him. I'm excited to see what films he directs in the future because I think this was...
I'm not.
Oh, okay. Well, I disagree with you. I thought he did a phenomenal job with this
I thought he did an okay job. Like I said, that movie's been done before. And also, the story was easy to do. concert scene was very easy because, first of all, he had Lady Gaga, and she just played herself. That's the way I saw it.
I totally disagree with you on Lady Gaga, and we'll talk about that when we get to Best Actress. But, all right, we disagree on that in the snub. Let's talk about the ones who were directed.
Exactly.
Spike Lee, yes, great job with BlacKkKlansman. It's interesting to see that in this category, there are 2 foreign language films this year.
Yes.
Yeah, I thought that was very interesting. Shows a little diversity again. The Favorite, a lot of people love The Favorite.
I didn't love it.
I liked it. I don't know in this category if Yorgos deserves to win. And I feel the same way kind of about Vice. So my choice is actually Roma. Alfonso, Cuarón,
Yeah. That's a beautiful story, beautifully directed. Yeah. But I'm going to have to go with Spike Lee. Because BlacKkKlansman, that movie really got to me. And also I really enjoyed the way he put it together. He took it from a book, and when they presented it to him, he said, "Let's go for it." And then he used his imagination to put it all together. And I think it's about time for Spike Lee to get an Academy Award.
I agree with you. It is about time. I just really loved all the way that Roma was shot, and I loved there was so much symbolism in there with the planes.
Sure was. With
the planes flying overhead, and then the ebb and flow of the water. The only thing I didn't love is that I felt like I want to call them pregnant pauses. That's a stage term. They were a little too long for me.
Oh, you think so?
Yes, I felt like as she's staring out. Really, I felt like as she was like staring out at something. If it had been 30 seconds shorter, it would have been perfect for me. So that's the only thing I didn't love, and I loved his choice of black and white too.
I really enjoyed that too. The choice of black and white. But I'm gonna go with BlacKkKlansman, Spike Lee. Well, let's go with Best Actor then.
Okay.
All right, read the names.
So we've got Christian Bale for Vice, Bradley Cooper, A Star Is Born, Willem Dafoe at Eternity's Gate, Rami Malek for Bohemian Rhapsody, and Viggo Mortensen for Green Book. This is a really rich category this year.
It sure is. Except the snub, John David Washington for BlacKkKlansman.
Yes, and I will say this about him.
But that's just my opinion.
Yeah, no, I will say this about him as well. I don't particularly love him in Ballers. I thought he was great in BlacKkKlansman.
I love him in Ballers.
Do you really?
Oh, yeah.
I don't
love him in
Ballers. So, all right, we disagree on that again. So you tell me your choice, and then I'll let you
know
what I think for
my choice from the list, I got to go with Viggo Mortensen for Green Book.
Okay.
Because he's been around for a long time. He's done some really excellent work. And he also played in one of the best series I've ever seen in my life. And they didn't give him any props for that, for his acting job and that. He the one held that series together. You know what series I'm talking about, right?
With the movie series.
Yeah, the movie series,
Lord of the Rings?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, he's great in Lord of the
I'm
Rings.
telling you.
Yes.
And I thought he was great in this film.
Yeah.
Now, I will admit that Christian Bale in Vice, oh, man, he really tore me down. And he really made me say, wow, what a great performance. But I got to go with Viggo. Now, Rami Malek for Bohemian Rhapsody, yeah, but I've seen that role before.
You've seen that role before?
Yeah, I've seen an actor play a singer before.
Okay, all right. Of all of them, I loved Viggo Mortensen, and I loved Green Book completely. Again, Bradley Cooper, I like Bradley Cooper a lot. I think he's a great actor. I liked him in A Star Is Born, but I didn't love him in A Star Is Born.
I didn't either.
My thing about Rami Malek is I feel like he made the movie.
Well, he did.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think if it had been a different actor, it wouldn't have been as good as it was, to be honest.
We don't know.
Right. So I'm torn between Viggo and Rami, but I think I'm going to go with Rami on this one.
And that's the one you feel that the Academy was going to give the award to.
I honestly don't know, because he got the Golden Globe. So maybe that was like their consolation prize, and then the Academy is going to give it to Viggo Mortensen. You know, they're notorious for that. So it could go either way.
Well, I feel they're going to give it to Viggo.
All right. We'll have to wait and see.
All right, next is the Best Supporting Actor Award. And let me give you the nominations, or the people who got nominated, the actors. Mahershala Ali for Green Book, Adam Driver for BlacKkKlansman, Sam Elliott for A Star Is Born, Richard E. Grant for Can You Ever Forgive Me, and Sam Rockwell for Vice. You know, he played the president. But in the movie, he seems like the vice president, didn't he?
He did, yeah. But well, I mean, the movie's called Vice, so obviously he takes kind of a backseat to vice president. But yeah, I liked him. But in this category again, so many rich performances that to hit me,
They sure were.
yeah, to me, he's not the top of my list at this time. No. Neither is Sam Elliott. I love Sam Elliott. Thought he did a great job.
He seemed to play Sam Elliott.
Yeah, he was good. If I had to choose, I love Adam Driver. I really do. And he's done such great work.
Me too.
But there were two other performances that I thought were better. Richard E. Grant in Can You Ever Forgive Me and Mahershala Ali for Green Book. And between the two, I am torn again, but I think I'm going to go with Mahershala Ali.
So am I.
Yeah.
I mean, because his role, though, in that movie, he seemed almost like a lead part two. I thought he was more than a supporting actor. That's why I feel the Academy is going to give it to him.
Yeah, and he's on fire lately. He's done so many great films in every role. Even we saw a film,
Alita.
Yeah, and he was in that as well, and played two almost different roles at the same time.
Yeah.
So, yeah, he's really great overall, and he's just been given such great rich material to work with, and this was definitely one of them. And I agree with you. I think it was like a co-lead role, not necessarily a supporting actor.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, read the list for the actress there.
All right, so we have a little surprise here starting out from Roma. Oh, I'm going to ruin her name. Yalitza Aparicio.
Oh,
not so bad. Yeah, all right. And then Glenn Close for the wife. Olivia Colman for the favorite. Lady Gaga in A Star Is Born. I'm gonna you have your thoughts on that one, and I do as well. And Melissa McCarthy for Can You Ever Forgive Me?
Well, let me start off because I kind of want to see Melissa McCarthy win this category because, she switched from a comedic role to a very serious role, and she also played a character. I did not really like that character. If I met that person in real life, she's probably nasty and things like that, and from what they showed in the film, but she turned her character into a real person and someone that I really wanted to watch on screen, and she did a great acting job with that.
Yeah, you kind of want to sympathize with her a little bit, this character, even though you don't necessarily like her. And I agree with you that this was a different type of role for her, and I think that the Academy is going to award her for that. It's not necessarily who I want to win, but I think they will give it to her. Absolutely.
But also, Yalitza Aparicio from Roma, I actually picked her when I selected my best actress. We had to select some, so I put her name in, and I thought she did a very, very great job in Roma. And this is the first time I've ever seen her, and I thought she did very well.
Well, this was her first role. She was an elementary school teacher, apparently, before that. Yeah. So, and for her first time out, yes, I think she was great. I don't think they're going to give it to her, partially because it is her first time out, and let's see what she does in the future. I'm going to disagree with you about Lady Gaga. To me, Lady Gaga always plays a character when she's on stage, and I think when she was in American Horror Story, she played a character.
She played very well in it.
Yeah, absolutely. This was a completely different type of character, very stripped down, very raw, and I loved her. I would love to see her win, but again, I don't think it's going to happen. I think they're going to give it to Melissa McCarthy.
Well, I feel they're going to give it to Glenn Close.
Really?
Yeah, she's been around for a long time, and a lot of people enjoyed her performance. I feel they're going to give it to her, but again, I feel Melissa McCarthy did a much better job than she did.
Do you think that the Academy tends to go for people that have longevity?
Sometimes, not all the time.
Yeah, I did. I liked, I have to say too, I liked Olivia Colman in The Favorite. I thought, she was one of the best parts of that. So, I mean, the whole ensemble, the three women and then the supporting actors as well were really great. But I liked her too. But yeah, I'm going to stick with Melissa.
Yeah, so am I. Well, I'm glad we agree with that. Our next is supporting actress. Well, we got Amy Adams for Vice. We got Marina Di Tartaria for Roma. Regina King for If Beale Street Could Talk. Emma Stone for The Favorite. And Rachel Weisz for The Favorite. My favorite, Regina King. That's all I got to say.
I want to say something too about If Beale Street Could Talk, because it's interesting. The Academy only nominated 8 movies this year for Best Picture, even though they had
They do 10, don't they?
Yes, they have 10 slots, and I'm wondering why If Beale Street could talk, why it wasn't part of that. And again, I agree. Regina King. I loved Emma Stone. I love Rachel Weisz. I thought they were great in The Favorite, but again, I feel almost like that was an ensemble. Like if there was an ensemble Oscar, they should be winning it. That whole ensemble,
Yeah.
I think they all played off of each other. So one being singled out over the other between the 3 ladies, I don't think is really worth it. So yeah, I'm gonna stick with you too and go with Regina King on this one.
But I did enjoy Maria de Tartara in Roma. In fact, I had her tied with Regina King when I submitted my best supporting actress when I had to submit it for our organization, Southeastern Film Critics Association. So I had her tied with Regina King because I thought her performance was excellent in Roma. Again, Alfonso did a great job with those actors. Yeah. When he shot Roma, and again, it's a very beautiful film that you really should watch, but you really got to pay attention to it.
Yeah, I agree to that. If you haven't seen it, you're not a big fan of black and white, you're not a big fan of foreign language films, this would be the one I would pick for you to see, because I think you may change your mind a little bit.
Definitely. Well, here we go.
Dun, dun, dun.
Best films. Yeah. Here the 8 that's been selected. Yeah. Black Panther, BlacKkKlansman, Bohemian Rhapsody, The Favorite, Green Book, Roma, A Star Is Born, and finally, Vice. I've been with Black Panther since it came out. I thought it was the best picture of the year. I still say it's the best picture of the year. More people went to see that film, and it made more money, but more people talked about that film than any of these films that you see on this list.
That is true. I'm going to disagree with you, though. First of all, Bohemian Rhapsody, I'm just going to say I don't think Golden Globes got it right. I don't think they should have won Best Picture. I don't think it was the best film of the year. Roma's great, and I like him as the director, but he's up against some stiff competition. A Star Is Born, loved it. I strongly loved it, but again, I don't think it wins in this category as well. My choice is Green Book.
Wow. I'm speaking to other people, other critics and people like that. Well, they kind of agree with you.
Yeah. I mean, it was entertaining. It was interesting. It had a point to it. It had you saw different parts of the country. It was shot beautifully. These 2 actors were amazing, and even I'm sorry, I forget her name, the actress who played Viggo Mortensen's wife. I thought she was great, reading all of his love letters. Yeah. I really loved the film. I loved everything about it. So I'm going to go with Green Book.
So you feel the Academy's going to give Green Book?
Yeah, at the end of the day, Black Panther, phenomenal film. I'm surprised it came out so early in the year, to be honest, but phenomenal film.
Well, it was a Marvel film, and usually those films come out earlier in the year.
Okay, well, and that's part of it too. It's a Marvel film. It's a superhero film. The Academy doesn't generally recognize those types of films.
They really don't, no, and I'm surprised that they are very, very excellent films.
A lot of them are good. This, to me, was one of the best ones that we've had so far.
Well, what about Winter Soldier, Captain America?
I liked it a lot.
I loved it.
I thought Black Panther was better.
I think so, too.
Yeah. Of all the Marvel films, right now, that one wins for me, for Marvel films.
Yeah, me too.
But for this year, for Best Film, I'm going with Green Book.
Well, I'm going with Black Panther, but I feel you're right. The Academy will pick Green Book. If they don't pick Green Book, they might pick Roma.
They tend to go artistic, so that could be, and that would be interesting for a foreign language film to win, to be honest. So we're just going to have to wait and see. Yeah.
Well, how much you want to bet who's going to win? Well, thanks for watching us. Allison, you've been great. I really enjoyed this with you.
Thank you. I really enjoyed talking to you too, Al.
And you can catch her on Flick Direct, flickdirect.com. She does a lot of interviews, and also she writes all of her reviews, and she's very, very knowledgeable about films, and man.
And opinionated. I'm opinionated.
That's right. Also, you're president of the South Florida
I am vice chair of the Florida.
Vice chair.
Vice chair of the Florida Film Critics Circle.
Oh, well, I'm president of the Southeastern Film Critics Association. And again, our association picked Roma as the best film of the year. Who do y'all pick?
We picked The Favorite, believe it or not.
Oh,
Yeah, we only gave Roma Best Director, but we thought The Favorite was the best one of the year, our group.
good. Well, good. Well, thank you very much.
Thank you, Al. Always good to see you.
Always good to see you. And thank you for watching. I really appreciate it.
We'll be right back.